All right. Let's see here. No. What is good, everybody? It is the Godfather of VR, the ageless one of the man, Lincoln Clay. We are back for some Project Motor Racing on PS5. Um, I got about a month worth of PlayStation Plus, so I might as well use it. Do some Project Motor Racing streams as well as GT7 streams on PS5. Um, because once it runs out, I don't have any intentions of renewing it, but never say never. I ended up renewing it this time for 1 month because my son wanted to play Gears of War Reloaded on the PS5 because he could compare the response time to the PC. So I bought 1 month of 1 month of PlayStation Plus for $10, and yeah, so I think I got about 3 weeks left on that. So anyway, on to why we are here. As you know from yesterday's stream, there were three interviews with straightforward Chief Development Officer Kevin Boland, and I didn't really get a chance to watch or read any of it in its entirety. There was one interview with Traxion GG and the other one with Overtake GG. Um, so today at work, I did listen to the entire Overtake GG interview, and a couple of things were revealed. You know, I did catch the part about the VR part and how that's looking like it's about a few months out. And if the VR is about a few months out, I would assume that the VR is already up and working. They're probably they probably already been testing it. I would like to think at this point it's probably just a case of um, optimizing it. As they said, they're trying to find a way to make the CPU cheaper. So sounds to me like Project Motor Racing is somewhat CPU heavy, so they're probably trying to find a way to lighten the load for the VR and the triples. Um, and I guess while we're on the subject of VR, and with me being on PS5, I've said before that. Well, let me back up and say that before Project Motor Racing launched, um, one of the devs on Reddit said that Project Motor Racing would get PSVR 2 support, and then they ended up walking it back and just pretty much said we have no intentions of we have no plans to implement PSVR 2 support, along those lines at this time. So for them to go out, only about a month before the game comes out and say that you will have PSVR 2 support, what I'm taking from that, maybe I'm reading way too much into it. What I'm reading into that is they probably already have a PSVR 2 dev kit. They probably already tested it and were probably optimizing it. And my guess is once Sony probably found out that they were planning to release a PSVR mode for Project Motor Racing on PS5, Sony probably called them and told them don't do it. Um, because I am like 100% convinced that Sony is not letting any other race games get VR support, at least not AAA race games. There is a racing game, like a dirt racing game called Exocart, and that's not a hybrid racing game. It is a built from the ground up race game where you use the do I have one of the controllers here in front of me? Where you use one of the Sense controllers. But I'm talking about a AAA hybrid racing game on PC. I think the only racing games I have on PC that do not have VR support would be Project Motor Racing and Forza. And Forza, I definitely, I think it could get, yeah, it could get ray tracing. I mean, not ray tracing, but VR support. I just think Microsoft just isn't interested in it now that the game has been. I wouldn't exactly use the word shut down, but I think the studio's been closed, or the game won't receive any more updates. It definitely means it's not getting uh, any VR support. And sure, modders could do it, but I think the anti cheat would probably kick you right out. So, but coming back to Project Motor Racing on PS5, yeah, I do believe Sony probably told them don't do it. I think that I think Sony has told publishers not to add VR support to the racing games to protect the ridiculous microtransactions on GT7. On GT7, one of the Legends cars on there is 20 million credits, and if you don't grind it out and you buy the microtransactions, it would cost you $200 in real money to purchase this car. And out of that $200, Sony would get 100% of it. Whereas if someone were to break off and go to another game like Project Motor Racing, for instance, on with VR support, and any purchases you would make, any DLC purchases that you would make on Project Motor Racing, Sony would only get 30% of it um, versus the 100% that they would get if you made any purchases on GT7. So yeah, I think that's why no other racing game is probably going to get PSVR 2 support. Next generation, I don't know. I kind of don't care because I have no plans to get a PS6. Um, so yeah, God forbid if somebody were to break off and go to another racing game and end up liking that game and not coming back to GT7. So any purchases made after that. Oh, that's what I was going to say. That I believe on GT7. I believe that the ridiculous microtransactions are aimed at the PSVR 2 users because I've said this before on a number of occasions that VR has VR is magic, and for people like me, VR has made the dream come true. This gorgeous Porsche that you guys are looking at, I probably, I may not, I'm not going to say that I'll never see one in my lifetime because I'm hoping to go back to the Detroit Grand Prix this year. But what are the chances that I would actually sit in one of these cars? In VR, I sit in the car, I look around, I can see all the details, I see what the race car driver sees, and I feel what it's like to actually drive that car. So VR makes the magic come true. So what I just presented to you right there, think about the people who um, love exotic cars, that love Bugattis and yeah, using Bugatti as an example. Bugattis I think cost anywhere from $2 to $4 million. What are the chances that you would get to sit in one of those cars or even drive it? So PSVR 2 makes that dream come true where you can actually sit inside that Bugatti and look around and see what a work of art that car is. So so yeah, I think the microtransactions are aimed at those type of people that that want to drive their fantasy cars in VR. So all right, I think oh actually shit, I still haven't gotten to what the title of this stream is about. So again, coming back to the interviews with Kevin Boland, the chief development officer of Straight 4. There was three interviews. The Overtake GG interview, I did listen to that at work, and we know that update 2.0, as well as the Japanese DLC, is coming at the end of the month. Or when they said late March. So I took that as the last week in March, which I was right. So to be more specific, update 2.0 is coming March 25th. And with update 2.0, I think there's going to be visual improvements, performance improvements, stability improvements. And I think one example that they gave is that even users that are pretty far away from their servers, are experiencing uh, performance difficulties, and I would imagine rubber banding might be one of them. So so basically they have a relay now. So I think even people as far away as Australia will be able to get a good experience online. So that will be cool. And let me see. I think there's going to be add-ons to the current point system, and then yeah, we'll get the Japanese DLC March 31st. And I agree with EJ that he believes they spread the two dates apart so they can probably work out any potential bugs that might happen for the DLC. So it would have been cool if they got released on the same day, but hey, I'll take it. But now that we got the date, I'm excited for it. But damn, 2 weeks, that's we'll be counting down the days. But we still got other things going on in March. March 18th, which is I believe next Wednesday, March 18th, Race Room will be revealing new cars, tracks, updates, which I would probably assuming one of the updates is probably going to be notifications for events. Um, so yeah, that we're getting the reveal for that
At
March 18th.
Necrodogs said, woof woof.
Wolf Wolf, how's it going, Necrodogs?
At Necrodogs said, hope everyone's doing well.
Well, I'm doing well, thank you. So yeah, we get that March 18th, and then I think we're still getting I think the Le Mans DLC on Rensport. So I might actually take a look at that. I might actually stream it. But if I do, I'll probably stream it from in here from my bedroom on my 3070 PC. We'll have to see. All right, folks. I think that's all I got at the moment. So let's see what we got. Yo, wait a minute. You're taking a little bit of a long time there. Try this again. About to say, don't tell me the servers crashed. No lobbies. Well, if I can't get into any kind of lobby, I guess I can take that opportunity. Oh boy. MX5. GT Endurance Cup. And that's 12 laps. Um, I guess I could go ahead and join this race. Yeah, this is clearly the one that I like. And 6 minutes, 4 minutes, 3 minutes. Sorry. By the way, folks,
ain't no stopping this train. Whoa!
and being that I'm at the other computer, I don't. I've got different memes at the different computers. So yeah, I got to get up off my ass and add some more memes. I mean, I got the Scarface meme on this one, but I don't have it on the 4090 PC. So, ooh, excuse me. So yeah, I got to come up with some more memes. So yeah, whenever there's a moment that there's nobody, if I don't see a community lobby that's open or nobody's registered for a rank race that I'm interested in, I can always jump into a single player race and test out the Acura NSX. Now, yesterday when I was streaming and I was fishing around with the GT3s, by the end by the end of the stream, I ended up really liking the way that Acura NSX felt. So I think I've got it narrowed down that as far as the GT3s goes, the Corvette, the Porsche, and the Acura are probably going to be the three cars that I use. All right, we got 2 minutes. All right, 1 minute. This is a 6 lap race. Guess one little more bit that I could talk about is that Le Mans Ultimate. It's been revealed that Le Mans Ultimate will be coming to console somewhere between early and mid 2027. That's a little bit disappointing because it was originally targeted for 2026, but they actually had a pretty bad launch on PC. Um, and they were, don't get me wrong, they were definitely quick to fix a lot of the problems and respond to user feedback. But yeah, I don't think they want a repeat of that situation with their PC release. And not only that, um, if the game is going to be crossplay between PC and console, they're probably having to do a lot of work to make all this crossplay stuff work. Um, all right, we're launching. Damn, it is warm in here. I may have no choice but to turn on the fan next to me. It's noisy, but oof. glasses here. All right, let's go.
Clear of pit lane. Yeah, this still feels like there's a slight delay. Oh, God. Well, so much for that. Yeah, it still feels like there's a slight delay between me turning the wheel and then actually seeing the input on the screen. So, so much for that. Wow. Wonder if there's servers issues. Let me see what's going on with Jester. Yeah, looks like he made it into a race. Might have to, I don't know, I might end up having to power cycle my modem. I can't do it now in the middle of the stream, though. All right, so let's go ahead and test the Acura, because it's probably going to feel different on this Logitech wheelbase. It's a good track to try it out on. Thinking either Kyalami or, yeah, here we go. So yeah, I got to circulate some air in here. So if the fan gets annoying, let me know. right. Yeah, I definitely feel like there's a slight delay.
Clear of pit lane.
Really, AI? Come on. What? Come on, what is this AI doing?
At Turjahella said, "Hello Mr. Necrodogs.
You're gonna come in my chat and not say hello to me? Just joking. How's it going? Even though you're talking to Necrodogs.
At Turjahella said, "No hello for you." At Turjahella said, "Face with tears of joy." At Necrodogs said, "Hey Turj, we have to stop meeting like this, face with tears of joy."
Session ends in 5 minutes.
At Turjahella said, you enjoy PMR?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, come on, AI, what an idiot. Well, let's go ahead and move on to the let's go ahead and move on to the race. Well, other than the slight delay, I do like the way the NSX feels here too on this Logitech wheelbase. So yeah, you guys might see me using this car quite a bit on both of my wheelbases.
In front of us. Hope you're ready for it.
At Turjahella said, I'm waiting for the VR implementation.
So am I. Believe me, nobody is waiting for the VR implementation more than me. Once we get it, no one's going to do more VR streams than me. And that's why I am the self-proclaimed godfather of VR, because if you check my library, I've got over 2,000 streams and videos. I've been on YouTube since late 2017, and the majority of my streams and videos are VR related. I definitely have as far as I know, I definitely have the most Le Mans Ultimate streams in VR. I don't think anybody's done more than me. And that's going to be the case here with Project Motor Racing. When it gets VR support, nobody's going to do more VR streams than me.
At Turjahella said, sounds like hard work.
No, it's not work if you love what you're doing.
At Turjahella said, grinning face with sweat. At Turjahella said, why do you have two wheelbases?
Well, this one right here, I'm in my bedroom. I bought it with, oh. I don't know what the hell that was. It says I got a notification about some DNS server. Didn't respond within the time limit. So let me start that over. Okay, so why do I have two wheelbases. My main wheelbase is out in the living room, and this one here is in the bedroom. And this I bought it primarily for my PS5, although I also have a PC in here as well. It's just I guess it's just me wanting to be part lazy. If I'm sitting around watching TV in my bedroom and I just up and decide I want to race, this wheelbase is right here in front of me, connected to a folding table. Just hop right in the chair and start racing. Whereas if I go out in the other room and I want to race out there, I feel like I got to go through a 50-point checklist to get everything set up to race. So
Good luck, mate. You can do it.
a GT7 just updated. That might be part of the reason why I got that DNS server notification. What an idiot AI.
At Necrodogs. Said. 2 sim rigs and not a partner inside. The good life.
Oh yeah.
At Turjahella. Said. I had a neighbor, he had 2 exact the same cars. He was an old man, and didn't want to change to winter tires. So he just bought 2 cars instead.
Well, I have 3 cars, and my reasons for having 3 cars, one of the cars is actually my son's car, you know, when he gets his license, but I always have at least 2 cars because I'm not trying to deal with car payments. So, but I always keep 2 cars. I have my one car that I like, this, you know, my nice car that I put up for the winter, and then I have my daily driver. But in any case, by having more than one car, if one of them breaks down, then I can jump in the other one and keep right on going and come back around and get the other one fixed, as you know, at my convenience.
At Turjahella. Said. 1 with winter tires and 1 with summer tires. At Necrodogs. Said. Sounds like my kind of neighbor, Turj.
Got 2 of the same kind of cars because he doesn't want to change tires.
Said. But this was brand new cars.
Oh shit, he got money to burn in. Oof. I'm in last place anyway, so I'll just take whatever penalty they give me.
Officials found a track limit violation.
At Turjahella said, he was a cool 93-year-old man. One time I asked if I could help him, he was hanging out of the window in 2nd floor. He refused, he could fix his sunshade himself. Grinning face with sweat.
Hey, that's a real man for you. Go handle his own problems right to the very end.
At Necrodogs said, I'm 100% stuck on Assetto Corsa again. If it wasn't for my community racing, I wouldn't drive anything else.
I can't blame you on that. I mean, once upon a time.
At Turjahella said, that was about a week before he died.
Well, it sounds like he was a cool dude, though.
At Turjahella said, what do you community race in Necrodogs? At Necrodogs said, it's still the best driving sim, only lacks in-game ranked racing. At Turjahella said, yes, he was a really cool dude.
Yeah, to come back to that Assetto Corsa thing, there was once upon a time where ACC was the only racing game I would play. Anything else was non-negotiable.
Track limit violation. Officials are aware.
At Necrodogs said, mostly ACC and we're testing AC EVO NVMe. I can't stand NVMe.
Yeah, I'm not really feeling AC EVO at the moment.
At Necrodogs said, EVO has improved lately. Even Gamer Muscle admits it. Reluctantly. At Turjahella said, normal AC is just really good, especially with the right mods.
Well, oh shit, as far as Gamer Muscle goes, I knew it was only a matter of time before he would come around to AC EVO.
Track limit violation. Officials are aware.
Because of how much he loves the original Assetto Corsa.
At Turjahella said, I jumped between all the sims.
Yeah, I do too. I jump between a lot of sims.
At Turjahella said, as long as it has VROFC. At Necrodogs said, I'm running an AC server at the moment. 24/7 races with Caterham and Radical SR3. Nobody joins it though. At Turgahella said, what's it called?
Yeah, if
Halfway in, officials found a track limit violation.
if ACC's dead, it's no surprise because a lot of the
Necrodogs said, search for Necrodogs, but it's always empty.
I mean, everybody that used to be there is on Le Mans Ultimate now.
At Necrodogs said, people are dumbed down with GT3S. It's sad. At Turgahella said, I will, when I'm in my rig.
All right, I think we monkeyed around with that enough. Let's go see if we can find a online race. Holy shit, I just happened to look over here.
At Turgahella said, have you seen the link on Discord, Necrodogs?
Is that McGrady? With the ain't no stopping this train! Wow!
Ain't no stopping
There
this
you go,
train.
my friend.
Whoa!
Thank you so much.
At Necrodogs said, haven't been on Discord tonight. At Necrodogs said, gonna look tomorrow.
No lobbies found. All right. Oh shit.
At Turgahella said, link to DIY belt tensioner for you.
Damn.
At Necrodogs
I don't know this track
said,
though.
thanks mate. At no this is Jester said, do it.
I don't know this. Hey, how's it going, Jester?
Ain't no stopping this
My good
train.
friend Jester's
Whoa!
in the house. I believe he's live. So definitely jump back and forth. Check us both out. I think this might be only the second time I've driven a 9X8 on this
At
game.
Turgahella said, it's way past my bedtime. Have fun. See you all later.
All right, thanks for dropping in. Appreciate it. You have a good one. Minute 48 seconds. All right. It's going to feel so weird. I'm so used to driving the GT3s on this game.
Hella said, "Good night, ZZZ."
All right. All right. Have a good one. Have a good one, my friend. One minute. Yeah, to go back about, I think ACC being dead, that's because everybody migrated over to Le Mans Ultimate. What I really find funny about that is that when Le Mans Ultimate launched in the state that it did, some of the heaviest criticism came from ACC users. And as Le Mans Ultimate got better and fixed the problems, then the big YouTubers, along with the ACC drivers,
said, "Later, Terj."
All right. Yeah, as the game got better, yeah, people, they started making their way over there. And I actually, for a little while, I actually felt a little bit slighted because I felt like the small channels like mine kept Le Mans Ultimate going until it finally, found its traction. Because I was there right from the get-go, day one. And not only do I believe I have the most VR streams on Le Mans Ultimate, I believe I have the most streams, period. Because I believe I've got over 170 streams on Le Mans Ultimate. And I think other people who were there right from the beginning who definitely deserve credit, because they're much bigger YouTubers now, and that would be like Michi Hoyer, Alex K, Yernik Simacek. Those guys were there from the start. And like Yernik Simacek, I know he was there from the start because I had saw some of his content when he was still doing R Factor 2 before Le Mans Ultimate came out. So yeah, I felt like we were the ones that kept Le Mans Ultimate alive until people finally started making their way over there. Now, I think Le Mans Ultimate, what happened with them, I think is a testament that that Project Motor Racing can be successful. All right, let's see how this thing handles. Remember, Jester, I don't know this track. I mean, I don't know it very well. I was going to say, what the hell? Why ain't this car moving? Oh, disconnected from the host. Yeah, I think I got a situation where I probably got to reset my modem. This is the second straight race that I got kicked out of.
At Necrodogs said, "This track is great."
Yeah, but I got kicked out of it. I guess we just have to deal with it because, shit, let's see. Is there any community lobbies open?
At Necrodogs said, "Too bad."
Yeah, this definitely.
At Necrodogs said, "Restart modem and stream."
Yeah, but I don't want to shut the stream down and he's got a GT4 race. Let's see what happens with this. All right. If I get kicked out of here, then I might not
At
have a choice.
Necrodogs said, we'll be back if you do.
Okay, that's what I was worried about because it would. There it is, disconnected. So I just. It's going to take me at least 10 minutes. So that's what I'll do. I'll go ahead and end the stream right here. And then I'll go live again in about 15, 20 minutes once I get the modem powered cycled. Yeah, because something is keeping me from getting in those lobbies. So yeah, I'll shut it down. I'll come back in about 20 minutes, and we will reconvene. So sorry about that, folks. I will see you in a little bit. That is weird.
At Necrodogs said, good. Reboot the modem weekly.